Good day, Marians. Welcome to Entrepreneurship class. My name is Sergio Ventius at your service. Our topic for today is about PECs or personal entrepreneurial competencies. After this lesson, you are expected to understand the key concepts of PECs and apply those competencies in real life situations. Entrepreneurship is a process of innovation and new venture creation. Innovation can refer to something new, such as an invention or the practice of developing and introducing new things, new ideas, or new methods of doing things. Venture creation, on the other hand, would refer to the process of turning a new idea or technology into a business that can succeed and will attract investors. In more simple terms, entrepreneurship is both an art and science of converting ideas into marketable goods and services to improve man's quality of life. It involves the systematic organization, utilization of materials, machine, money, and man in the accumulation of more wealth. Entrepreneurs are people who can see and evaluate business opportunities, to gather the necessary resources and take advantage of them, and to evaluate appropriate action to ensure success. Entrepreneurs are people who innovate. Entrepreneurs are people who allocate and manage the factors of production and bear risks. Entrepreneurs are people who can perceive latent economic opportunities. Uniquely optimistic and committed, the entrepreneur works creatively to establish new resources or endow the old with a new capacity, all for the purpose of creating wealth. All the definitions of various authors of entrepreneur sum up to what is known as personal entrepreneurial competencies, put together and developed by McBayer and Company, and still being studied by various researchers all over the world. They are grouped into three clusters: the achievement, planning, and power clusters. The achievement cluster. The word achievement refers to becoming successful in attaining a desired end or aim. The first competency under the achievement cluster is opportunity seeker. The entrepreneur seeks and acts on new business opportunities, seizes unusual circumstances to obtain financing, equipment, land, workspace, or assistance. The entrepreneur is always after unique opportunities to answer both the needs and wants of the consumers. Every problem is regarded not as a hindrance to success, but an opportunity to exercise one's creativity by looking for appropriate solutions. Persistence. The entrepreneur takes repeated or different actions to overcome obstacles, make a personal sacrifice or extraordinary effort to complete a job, and hold to his own judgment in the face of opposition or early lack of success. The entrepreneur does not give up easily, but always possesses a very energetic and positive stance toward every consequence or problem that may come along the way. Commitment to the work contract. The entrepreneur accepts full responsibility for problems in completing a job for customers, pitches in with workers, or work with them to get a job done on time, express close concern for satisfying the customers, and makes deliveries of goods and services right on schedule. Risk taking. An entrepreneur is a risk taker, not in a context of speculation and gambling, but in the organization of human and non human resources in the attainment of objectives. Risk is a state of mind, and therefore risk taking is not only limited to the economic aspect, but also a psychological dimension. However, an entrepreneur takes moderate risk after advantages and disadvantages are carefully weighed and would go for situations that involve moderate risk. Demand for efficiency and quality. The entrepreneur acts to do things that meet or even exceeds existing standards of excellence and improves on past performances, strives to do things better, faster, and cheaper. He is not satisfied with just a good performance but strives hard to endow all goods and services the best quality possible. The planning cluster. Planning refers to the establishment of objectives, policies, and procedures geared towards the full realization of end goals. The first competency under the planning cluster is goal setting. The entrepreneur must establish specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and time bound short term as well as long term goals. SMART goals means specific. What exactly do you want to do? Measurable. How will you know when you've reached it? Attainable. Is it in your power to accomplish it? Realistic. Can you realistically achieve it? And time bound. When exactly do you want to accomplish it? Information seeking. The entrepreneur personally seeks important data on clients, supplies, and even would be competitors, consult experts for business or technical advice, and uses contacts and information networks to obtain functional information, all for the purpose of fully realizing his end goals. Systematic planning and monitoring. The entrepreneur develops and applies logical step by step plans to realize goals, assess alternatives, monitor progress, and shift to other alternative strategies if necessary to be able to achieve set goals. The power cluster. Power is defined as the possession of control, authority, or influence over others. The first competency under the power cluster is persuasion and networking. The entrepreneur applies various strategies and techniques to influence, to persuade or convince others, to sell his good ideas to people significant to the business and personal contacts, and to achieve objectives. Self confidence. The entrepreneur has a strong belief in himself and his own abilities and skills to accomplish a highly difficult task or face equally challenging problems. To sum up our lesson, a successful entrepreneur is the one who possesses many characteristics known as the personal entrepreneurial competencies. The personal entrepreneurial competencies are grouped into three clusters, namely achievement, planning, and power clusters. The competencies under achievement cluster include opportunity seeking, persistence, commitment to the work contract, risk taking, and demand for efficiency and quality. The competencies under planning cluster include goal setting, information seeking, and systematic planning and monitoring. Finally, the competencies under power cluster include persuasion and networking and self-confidence. This portion is brought to you by Marian Flex, Marian Flexible Learning Experience, a new mode of learning that combines modular, active, responsive, inclusive, attainable, and network-based approaches for a flexible learning experience. I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. This is MIPSS, keeping you connected. That's all for today, Marians, and thank you for your time. See you next week. Always remember to stay at home, stay safe, and stay connected with MIPSS.